Hey, could you turn that light off in the back right there? Cool. All right, that's better. Let's make sure we can hear us. Testing. 1, 2, check. Mic check. 1, 2. I want to make sure you can hear me. Trying to get this thing adjusted properly here. That's because I'm using it's feedback from the. Or do I have the echo effect on?
We can't do this.
Do you know where the surround sound is? Do you know where the surround sound remote is, buddy? Yeah, it could be. Good, huh? I don't know where that is. Yeah, maybe it fell in here or something.
Have you checked the back one? Check the back.
All right. Sucks. I get this all strategically planned here.
That sounds pretty. That sounds pretty fancy. Whatever it's called.
Mic check. All right, we're in. Bring out okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to show you here what we do. Now we've got to add this particular. How do we add that onto the screen? Oh yeah, no, yeah, I'm showing you. That was a rhetorical question. You see, now we got this up here. So this website now will show up. Hey, what's going on, man? I'm live on YouTube right now, just looking up some of these things. So, if you have any questions or anything like that, I'll be looking at all the different F-150s and other things. So, hey, I'm just letting you know, right now I am on online. So, if you wanted to ask any questions or take a look at what I'm seeing right now, feel free to log in and I can show you everything that I'm looking at. Hey, buddy, I'm on live right now, so I just want to give you a heads up. You want to kind of see what I'm doing here. Check out that link up above there, and I'm just kind of working on this little the. Hey, what's going on, Pat? Just let you know I'm working on this project right now. Feel free to log in to the link up above. Any questions, just send them over through the comments or send them to my cell phone here. Thanks, buddy. I just have them. I just have them do it through the. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up our market here. So, yeah, obviously, I'm thinking the new F-150 is a better option than the used one. I mean, we can take a look at some of these here because I think it's important to look at everything. But bear with me here. Oops, I've got to start over. We'll start with Ford. We'll start with the Ford F-150 just to get us an idea here. So I want to look kind of at a couple different price points. You can see right here, like these are basically, this is the United States on F-150s. They have them starting out at 3,300 or 3,500 bucks, all the way up to $115,000. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and reduce this list price. Something reasonable here. So I usually try to start the ones that we're looking at really kind of start out in the 40s, right? Um, so let's take a look here. And then we really are, it'd be great if we could get a truck for $3,500, but I just don't see that, unfortunately. So let's look at, trucks between $25,000 and $42,000, just to get grasp of the market. Okay, so mileage, for buying a used vehicle, we want to keep the vehicle under 30,000 miles, right? You know, I mean, that's kind of beyond the point of no return, you know, after 30,000 miles. So, you know, if the maintenance wasn't done properly for, you know, in 90,000 miles, I mean, you probably bought a turd, right? But if you buy one with 30,000 or less, you know, you should be in decent shape, for one that'll last a long time in most cases. Um, so we'll start with that. Let's go ahead and looks like there's a lot of years that are going to be available. You know, we can go anywhere from a 2025 or 2024. There's even some 23s that are still new that are out there and get good deals on. We can go all the way down to 2018. 2018 will be the last year that they'll offer you an 84-month financing term. Then you're looking at 17 and older. You're looking at like 60 to 72 months. So you know, when you can't space out the payments as far, then um, you know, you'll have a little bit bigger payment that way. Doesn't mean that you can't get into something older with super low miles on it. You can, but you know, I always say you're better off going with something newer. It's not fun fixing a spending $3,000 to fix a car all the time. So let's start it off here. Let's start off with 18, 19, 20, 21, all the way up to 25. And then we're going to include four-wheel drive and got to have four doors on it, so it's got to be extended cab at least. So four-wheel drive, everything is ready to roll here. So let's take a look at the market. You can see we're right about 3,500 trucks right here. They're four-wheel drive, they're four-door. Let's take a look at the other numbers here. So there are 8 V8s. I'm sorry, more than that. 410 V8s and over 3,000 V6s. So I don't think we're going to have a lot of issues. Let's narrow it down to the V6s first and take a look. Oh, Boo, could you do me a favor and flip those again? Oh, thanks, Boo. You're the best. You can help me find cars too. All righty. So let's, for example, here we have this 2022 Ford F-150 XL. 26,000 miles on it. This one here listed one day ago at $38,000. And it's not even a freaking 5 liter, right? So it's a 2.7 liter, 6-cylinder engine on that one. Let's see what we can get new. We can get a new one for that. Here they are. So that's the thing. I mean, like, you know, like if you buy used, you got to buy older, really, really used for it to make sense. Because you can see buying one that's 2 years old with 26,000 miles on it, same price as a new one. So, yeah, that's where I was coming from on that. And the thing is that we can negotiate a lot on these right here. These XLs are, and SXTs are available. I'm sorry, STXs are available, in that longer bed that you're looking for. So you're getting one here that's like a 2024 right here with, oh, that's a full crew cab. So, something like that would be available too. But let's see, let's look for, here's an XLT, the 2024 XLT. So this is a nice one, right? Like, not an XL, but here you got a nice extended cab. You got a 6.5 foot bed on this one. And look, you got the big giant screen on this one. So normally, like, dealerships try all kinds of shenanigans to, get you to pay more for new vehicles. That's why a lot of people still buy the used car because, they just, for what they don't know that they can get a new car for a lot cheaper than MSRP. But you can see this one here, super loaded up. These are going to be 4-wheel drive. It's one they've had a while. It probably explains why they or have lowered the price so much on it already. But when we're looking at these, we are looking at a significant discount. So remember that this vehicle, this truck, MSRP is at $54,000. So when you're considering a lease payment, you got to figure out like 64% of that number here is what the bank says the vehicle is going to be worth at the end. So you would just pay whatever that 62% of this number is right here, and the difference between this and that. That's how you wind up with a $400, $500 lease payment, right? Like, lease payments and truck payments can get outrageous, so you got to really be careful what you're doing. But we can find them. You can see we have them right here that we can negotiate. You can see here they originally had this one at. Then they were trying to sell it for 46,000, 45,000. Now they're at $40,000 for this one. So if we were to lease that one, we could probably get a super cheap lease payment on this one. I don't know if we can. It's a 24, but I mean, that you can see. I mean, like, we're talking heavy discounts on those. They can't even sell the 24s. The dealerships here, they always add more to the sticker price too. It's crazy. They'll add like 10% on to the. I mean, Kia does 20%. I can't believe it. Like, I see, like, you're buying a fucking Kia and they add 20% to it. It just blows me away how they get away with it. These people, poor people, try to come in and trade their cars in and they can't because they're so freaking tipped. So you see, here's used ones, 41.5, 41.5 for an STX right here. Well, you know what? We can get for 41.5 an STX. We can get one for 42 or get a brand new one. So here's, these ones here are low mileage, but the warranty's already started on these, right? Like, anytime that they have that they've already been used for even in a small amount. In this case, they are the warranty as far as the 3 or 36,000 mile warranty started. And by the way, you can't lease these either. But you can see there's just no savings in buying one 1 or 2 years old right now. That's how good these things hold their value. That's why I'm saying, like, trucks, you can go over the miles on a lease and just trade the truck in. You can buy the truck out at the end of the lease and then just trade it in. If you have to go through all that, you can. But oh, thanks, Boo. Got some fries and shit right here. Um, Anyway. Anyway, um, yeah, I mean, like, look, this STX right here is, it looks cool. It's 42,000, but I mean, so like we're at like 41,000 and like 28K miles. Look, I mean, this is how outrageous this is. I mean, yeah, you're getting into an XLT at this point, but guess what? There were new XLTs available too that were, about the same price. But so you don't save anything. You don't save anything, as you can tell. Let's go back here to our filters, and I just want to show you what we can do.
Have you set an alarm clock for your short top?
Mm-mm.
I just turned it over again. You might want to get up.
Oh, they're kind of brown on the sides. Okay. I will get up and check. Okay, so now I'm going to look at V8s. Bear with me. Look, shut my timer here. But yeah, I mean, oh, perfect. So here we're. Oh boy, what was I doing? I can't remember. Oh shit, I gotta put my Fitbit back on. But yeah, we're right now. Yeah, we're looking at at different options, and I can honestly say that um, the um, the one that I think that we can look at next would be a good deal. But let me double check on these. I also want to show you these. V8, and this really might be the last time you could actually buy a V8 in a vehicle because um, they're just kind of going away. Everything's going EV, or hybrid. Like the Tundra is not even a V8 anymore, but you can still get a V8. Yeah, so here we'll show the listings. Guess what? We can even get a new one. We can get a new V8 for 40 something thousand dollars. There's one in Colombia for 40 grand. Yeah, it has some miles on it, right? But the thing that you got to remember, and it's a crew cab, so it's a shorter bed on this one, but it is a V8. So I mean, that's pretty. That's pretty sweet. Let's take a look and see. And the lease wouldn't be so bad on this one, right? The lease payment wouldn't be so bad on that one because, they don't depreciate much on the V8. So, they hold their value and the warranty wouldn't start until you bought that car, right? So unlike one that's, say, a year old or something like that, here's a 2024 or, where you can see, oh, it's up on uh, up there outside in the laundry room on top of the paint can. Sorry about that. Yeah, right here. What's that? Yeah. So even if they have, so this one here in this case, this 2022, it only has 3,000 miles on it, but unfortunately there's no warranty on it because they probably punched it in 2023. So you pay the same price for a brand new one like it, or maybe a couple of $1,000s less, but there's no 3 or 36,000 mile warranty with it. This one right here. So that should be a huge disadvantage. Let's go back here to our F-150. What do you want, Pat? Okay, Ford F-150, and we're going to look at the newest EVs that are available because, quite honestly, yeah, we can find you a V8 F-150 and get you pretty close to the same payment as we would on the 2.7 liter. But all the rebates, what are you doing, Pop? Dad, Dad, you got to pet me. Okay. No, you want French fries. That's what you want. Okay. Oop. Okay, F-150 Lightning. No, no, no. All right. So let's see here. So what makes these unique is that they are very much um, they're very much they really are a fantastic deal, to be honest, on these because you get such um, a good discount through the federal government right now. The federal government on these are giving $7,500 uh, in rebates on these. That ends on September 30th, so you know that these dealerships are scrambling to sell these. So I mean, what they'll do. Oh yeah, what they'll do is they will inevitably have to quit that $7,500 tax credit, and that's going to add a significant amount to lease payments on these things. So with the rebates and all the incentives that I can usually get a pretty significant amount off on these here. Let's see what Okay, so this is an XLT Super Cab. And this one here is originally was $66,000. So they're showing a current pricing of 50,000. So this has got a lot of the discounts li- already in there. See if this is going to pop up here or not. Okay. So here is the Lightning F-150 Lightning. You need to get the extended range on these. There's two batteries. One that has like a 230-mile range, and one that has like a three something 350 or something like that. It's somewhere in the threes. Uh, that's the one I recommend right now. That's the one I recommend. Let's see. Let's go in a little bit closer here. All right. So yeah, this one here. Um, yeah. So these have a nice. Everything on these are kind of high tech too. So it's kind of cool. What I really want to, just stress on something like this though is that like instead of like going to the dealership and like having them tell you, oh, it's 3 grand to fix the car, you drive in something and like it's covered under a 36,000 mile bumper to bumper. Um, there's an 8-year, 100,000 mile electrical components warranty on this as well. Oh, considering that, like on these two, like to get the charge from like 20% to 80%, like at a DC charger where you can plug it in and it charges it fast, you're looking at about 30 minutes, 35 minutes to do from 20 to 80% on these. Um, you know, they're not bad, as far as the DC quick charging, but there are better trucks available that are better at that. But I mean, it's still pretty good. When you charge it at home, it's like the cost is so cheap to, as far as using the power. It charges slow. It takes a while. So it comes with a special pack to charge it at the house, and you know, um, it'll save you a bundle if you do that. So yeah, those right there, they're doing some very phenomenal lease deals on these because the subsidy is going away, and that's it's good news for the consumer right now because they can really get a heck of we can get a heck of a lease payment on one of these right here. We want to make sure I don't know. If I were you, I would get one with the longer range on it. You know, just when you travel, it's a pain in the ass having to stop all the time to charge it. But the other good thing about these is that the range is good even in the range is good even in the colder weather. So you don't lose a lot in the cold weather with this one, which is I like that because that's not the case on a lot of these. Hang on. dude. These are ready. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh crap! I need to get a fork. Look out, Pat. Oh, you're gonna be a beggar, aren't you? All right. Sorry about the delay. All righty. Back to the back to this here. All right. So yeah, you can see that they're really doing everything they can. Here, this one actually is in Virginia too, so it's not very far away. Yeah, but these, I'll definitely send you some information on this one. Yeah, these are going to be ones that we can lease out super good deal on. Just not sure. Let's see what we could buy a used one for. See, even the used ones are you kidding me right here? That's how good these things hold their value that they're still selling for that. Like, that's nuts. Well, good. That's a good, solid, yeah, deal on these right here. Yeah, okay, so I need to find out. I'm trying to do the, oh, here we go. Now we can get the special battery. We need that long range battery. Maybe extended battery. Yeah, because we don't want to be looking at ones that are, I'm going to make sure they have those, that longer battery more than likely would be the best one. Let's see, yeah, there's also, yeah, these things are dialed in. Just trying to see if I can narrow these down here to the extended battery. Let's see, flash. It looks like you can only get it in a crew and a small box. Let's see, here's the, here we go. I mean, these things are so quiet. Yeah, so we just got to figure out. Let me ask this. Oh, I just got your thing here. Perfect. Okay, yep, this one here is, oh, is that the one, that V8? All right, yeah, let's look at that one. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna add 2023 in there too. I don't think we can lease one of those, but let's just see how cheap we can get one. They probably don't have any more V8s in that year, but you can see, I mean, they still have 24s. It's nuts. It's nuts. Uh, Oops. Okay, so here we're back. So let's go back here to the F-150. And F-150 right here. Okay, so now we're just going to, when we got down to just a few model years, we really only narrow this down here. Okay. Let's narrow this down here to, it's crazy because you see what happens here is that like you have, you go like between 34 and 48,000, you have 17,000. Then when you pop it up to 52,000, You get 8,000 more trucks. It's just insane. Like that's just such a sweet spot for the price of trucks nowadays. The good news is though is that we can go low, and we're going to narrow this down here to 4-wheel drive, V8, and 4 doors. So I'll go back and find the one. I mean, you can see here, yeah, it's insane. We can get one in Texas for mid 40s on a V8. Yeah, here's the one that was. You look at yours again here. Yeah, I mean, you can see they just go on and on and on and on. Let me pull this up here. All right, let's see here. Oh yeah, here's one. Yeah, this is the one right here, is it? Yeah, I mean, as far as yeah, that extended battery on the EV, it's good. You know, you don't want to be having charging anxiety. They work with the Tesla uh, chargers now, so it's really it's really not too bad to charge them. I mean, how long does it take you to pump gas at a gas station? I don't know. You're just outside and you're pumping it, you know, with a credit card, not very long, right? But when you stop inside, you know, it, you know, do your thing or whatever, get a couple drinks or whatever, you know, if you're filling up gas, you know, you might take 10 minutes. Well, to get a significant charge, I mean, it's good. You got to spend at least 20, 30 minutes hooked up on that one. You know, if you're like down at 20%, you're trying to get up to 80%. It'll take a good 25 minutes to a half hour on the DC charger. It's not the end of the world really, because you can just you know you can always charge it. Um, you know, you can charge it mostly at home and you know, charge when you're on the road and that sort of thing. But ultimately, I mean, yeah, it's still not too bad. You get a great vehicle. And people are can put a ton of miles on these things. You know, they work really well. So yeah, I definitely will find one with the extended battery, find out what we're looking at. Because as far as payments go, because they're trying to get rid of any of these, right? I can call on any of these trucks right here. I can call on that Coyote 5 liter. Hmm. Hmm. That's a heck of a buy. 40 grand for a 5 liter. That's good. Let's see, Ford F-150. Oh, you know what? I can go less. What are you doing? Yeah, Dad, you got to pet the dog. You're just not petting the dog enough, Dad. That's been the big problem. All right, here we go. Now we're back up here to one you were looking at on that one. Trying to find that one again. With that one, I guess I can narrow it down to 2024, huh? I mean, there's a significant amount of V8s that are available here. That's just